Hello students, in my last video I explained about capital structure and factors affecting to it. I hope all the doubts and queries related to those topics are cleared, and still if you have you can ping me personally. So let us move on to the last part of this chapter that comprise fixed capital and working capital as well as their factors affecting. So let us start with the fixed capital. Fixed capital means the proportion of capital investment in long term assets or fixed assets of a firm. For example, land and building, plant and machinery, furniture and fixtures, vehicles, etc. Please make a note of the fact that the fixed capital must be financed through long term sources of funds only, like equity shares, preference shares, debentures, long term loans, and retained earnings. Fixed assets should never be financed through short term sources because short term sources are to be repaid within a short duration, while these long term assets may not generate enough profits that can be used to repay the short term sources. So, if these resources are raised through short term sources, it would be extremely expensive or costly to the firm, and it may also put a firm into the situation wherein a firm may not be able to repay the short term borrowings. So it affects your profitability. So it should always be borrowed through or financed through the long term sources. Let us go through the factors affecting fixed capital requirements. First is nature of business. Nature of business means the type of your organization is. For example, a manufacturing firm would need heavy investment in fixed assets like land, building, or plant machinery. On the other hand, a trading concern would need lower investment since it does not process anything, so it won't need plant and machinery. Second is scale of operations. So even if assume that you are a trader, but your scale of operations is quite big, so for that you need more space and more investment in stocks, more investment in building or premises, and therefore the business would require higher investment in fixed assets compared to the smaller scale organization. Third is choice of technique. A capital intensive organization would require higher investment, while if the firm is 100% or say majority of the firm's part is labor intensive, then the firm would need lesser fixed capital investments. Fourth is technology upgradation or modernization. Say if you are into a business wherein the technology obsoletes faster, like in computers or in e-business or in fashion industry, wherein you have to continuously replace your fixed assets, then you would need a higher investment in fixed capital. Next is growth prospect. So higher the growth prospect, higher the investment in fixed assets to create higher production capacity so that you can meet your anticipated increased demand quicker in the future. So the fixed capital requirement is also higher because you need to make sure that you are able to cope with the higher growth prospects that is posed to you by your industry. So you can engage through that growth opportunity only if you have proper infrastructure, that is investment in fixed assets. And the next is diversification. So if a firm wants to divert into more products than the existing ones, then the company would need higher amount in fixed capital. Say if a brick manufacturing company starts business of cement manufacturing, then it will need additional fixed capital and new assets to invest in land and building, plant and machinery, etc. because the machineries that used to produce bricks cannot produce cement. So we have to follow the principle of unity of direction. So both the units must work separately, and so the assets of those two would also be established or also have to be established in different way, having the need of different and bigger investments. Then comes financing alternatives. Say if the firm has the option to pay the lease rentals instead of outright purchase, then the need of investment in fixed assets would be lower because the availability of leasing facility would reduce the fund required to invest in fixed assets, thereby reducing the fixed capital requirements. So this strategy is especially suitable in high risk line of business. Then the last point, level of collaboration. If you are sharing each other's premises, say you are sharing your manufacturing facilities, or you are sharing your, in case of bank, you are sharing your ATMs, or in case of a trading concern, you are sharing the outlets, then you may have to invest less in fixed assets bringing your fixed capital requirements down. So these all are the factors affecting your fixed capital requirement. In the next video, I will be explaining the working capital and the factors affecting to them. I hope the points I explained in this video are pretty clear, and in the next video please make sure that you pay attention to the factors affecting to working capital, because there are many in numbers and they are frequently asked in case studies as well as in direct questions. So by that, please take care of yourself. Thank you and have a nice day.